Senator Flake started this morning's op-ed by writing, quote, "As I contemplate the Trump presidency, I cannot help but think of Joseph Welch." Welch was an Army lawyer who famously called out Senator Joseph McCarthy and started his downfall in 1954.
Until this moment, Senator, I think I never really gauged your cruelty or your recklessness. You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir?
Arizona Senator Jeff Flake joins us now from Capitol Hill. Senator, good morning. That was 1954. You write this morning, we face just such a time now. Why are you comparing President Trump to Senator Joseph McCarthy?
Well, this was a time when Joseph McCarthy had gone on for a couple of years and had done a lot of damage, and nobody was willing to speak up. Members of the Senate simply let it go. There were a few things, a few voices that were raised, but until this time, until this hearing, when the chief counsel for the Army, Joseph Welch, actually stood up. They have no, decency, sir, that really turned things around. And at that point, that was, kind of the threshold that I guess we had to get to. And things changed after that. People spoke out, and Joseph McCarthy was not able to do what he did before.
What's remarkable about listening to your speech yesterday and reading your op-ed is that you're not just expressing your opinion. You seem to be trying to ignite a movement. You write, "It is time to take a stand against Trump. If he is dangerous to democracy, as you say, should he be removed from office?"
I don't think any of those remedies are justified. I really don't. High crimes and misdemeanors, people talk about impeachment on the left. I think something's been introduced. I don't think that's the direction to go, nor do I think the 25th Amendment, having the Cabinet Act, is either. But I do think that members of Congress ought to speak out if the president follows through on some of the policies or some of the threats he's made with regard to the First Amendment, for example, or if he continues to, in terms of the tweets and just kind of the debasing statements that he's made, and also on the foreign stage. I think we need to be incredibly careful about what we're doing, and that's what Bob Corker has expressed concern about.
Senator, how long have you been thinking about this, and was there a final straw for you?
Well, I spoke out during the campaign, and actually before that, long before Donald Trump ran, the birtherism, this ugly conspiracy theory about President Obama that was embraced by too many. And then during the campaign, when the president talked about Mexican immigrants in ways that were unbecoming, talking about my colleague John McCain and how he couldn't be respected because he was captured.
Senator, 2 points. One, some skeptics will say it was easier to do this when you're facing a very, very uphill campaign and likely to lose, number one, and you should speak to that. Secondly, you seem to be saying to your fellow Republicans, if you do not speak out now, this is so serious that you are complicit in the actions of the president.
Well, I do think that the longer we go, the more this behavior is normalized, and that is a problem. We can't allow our dialogue to continue to coarsen. And so I think the longer we wait, the more likely that is. And already, I think we're seeing the effects of this new era.
So if you don't speak out, you're complicit in the crime, or however you define what the president's doing.
I think that we have a responsibility as elected officials to speak out when there's behavior that is just beyond the pale. And some of what we've seen, I think, fits in that category.
You think you can change the president?
I think all of us have been waiting for 9 months for that pivot that was going to occur toward more appropriate behavior and stability. We haven't seen it. I think it's time that we, that we stand up and be a little more forceful.
How many Republicans, fellow Republicans, have said privately what you are saying publicly?
Oh, obviously, I talked to some of my colleagues who haven't been as vocal, but I don't want to speak for them. I know there is concern. I think you will, in the future, see a lot more people stand up.
Senator Flake, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.